play with someone.
영원히 살아, 영원히 살아, 영원히 살아, 영원히 살아, 빌리고 있지만 아프지 않아. 영원히 살아, 내가 볼 때가 돼도 영원히 살아, 죽고 싶어도 목숨 믿기지 않아. 영원히 살아, 죽어가고 있지만 죽지는 않아. 영원히 살아, 수많은 영원히 살아, 수많은 영혼들이 내 길을 막아. 영원히 살아, 수많은 영원히 살아, 수많은 영혼이 내 길을 막아. 아무도 못 막아. 내 소리 없이 그렇다면 니들이 막아. 나와 문제가 많다면 너와 충격 줄게. 독사 시도의 소리 두뇌가려. 내 성격 너무 파격. 경마치 호흡 비세 가격 사냥꾼처럼 하지 나는 사격. 너는 겁먹어 도박 내버려서 없어. 우리 집안 내 만들 거야. 무덤만 내 무덤에 널 산채로 묻어. 내 STPM 피가 묻어 필요한 것도 수워. 그건 내 죄로 내가 죽을 예측가 우로부터 깨끗이 나를 블랙홀에 흘러보내 나의 모든 죄책감. 여러가지 색깔의 지폐가 섞인 내 지갑. 더러운 눈을 흘려줘 보여긴 내 것만에다. 난 모인 공부처를 받지 모른다. 나는 초월하지 여기 정시간 시간의 밤. 나는 저거 비공 보는 일이 내 전문이야. 내 평화 조건이다. 보여내는 눈사매 눈이야. 얘네 선물이야. 전부 다 영악한 거지야. 왜 자꾸 지나쳐이야. 나는 못 놀아 너희랑 아리 안 놀아줘 니까. 나는 대출 준비 중이야. 나중에 연락해 미야. 나는 대출 준비 중이야. 나중에 연락해 미야. 넌 세상이 속고야. 난 이 세상을 속여. 넌 이 세상을 녹여. 난 널 비고 비웃어. 난 너를 그려서 비웃어. 넌 눈 뜨고 모든 걸 깨닫고. 넌 슬퍼 눈물 흘려오라. 내가 얄미워 희망은 그냥 영원히 살아, 빌리고 있지만 아프지 않아. 영원히 살아, 내가 볼 때가 돼도 영원히 살아, 죽고 싶어도 목숨 믿기지 않아. 영원히 살아, 죽어가고 있지만 죽지는 않아. 영원히 살아, 수많은 영원히 살아, 수많은 영혼들이 내 길을 막아. 영원히 살아, 수많은 영원히 살아, 수많은 영혼이 내 길을 막아.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the inaugural. I can't say an inaugural. Fuck me, I'm not high. I swear. Welcome to the first episode of For Your Ears Only. This is something different. We're not covering fucking goblins for a change. In fact, we're going to be covering music, something I think all of us enjoy in one way or another. First off, intro songs. Keith Ape, Live Long and Soul Lives, I think is the name of that. It's brand new, really good. And then my song, Photon Bomb. I just want to say hello, Scrimp, Ouija, Jackie, how y'all doing? So tonight, we have an interesting subject. We are covering danger music. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. What is danger music? Is this like fucking like they're gonna come out and fucking with a knife and stab you? Yeah, that's kind of what danger music is. So, danger music comes from the Fluxus school, I guess if you want to call it, which is like experimental music that has been going on since like the 70s. And some practitioners of this genre include Nirvana to an extent, Dick Higgins, who composed a series of works entitled Danger Music, who is essentially the granddaddy of this genre, if you can call it that, and Yoko Ono. It was, I'm reading here from the Wikipedia article, because I do great research. It was an experimental form of avant-garde 20th and 21st century music and performance art, based on concepts that some pieces of music can or will harm either the listener or the performer, and that understanding that the piece in question may or may not be performed. To give an example, there is Nam June Paik, Danger Music for Dick Higgins, which was a composition that directs the performer to creep into the vagina of a living whale. And this is in a museum, I believe in Korea. And there is another piece that essentially directs the performers to increase the volume exponentially of the piece that they're performing, so loud that it would cause paranoia in the audience that they might shit themselves. The hypothetical brown note. So that's what we're getting into today, and we got a lot of great things to take a look at, but I just wanted to give you guys a basic idea of what this is. It's kind of almost anti-music in a way. There's kind of like a social protest sometimes involved with it, and we're gonna start this off with what started me looking into all this. So let me just load up YouTube. I have 21 videos on a playlist of various performers tangentially or directly related to danger music. So we're gonna get into that. I hope you guys are ready for this, because it's gonna get fucking insane real quick. So let's just jump right into this. Let me throw this here, switch this screen here, pop this here, and here we go. So, danger music. Here's my danger playlist. So what started me off with this was actually a band called Naked City. So Naked City are an experimental jazz grindcore band. If you guys don't know what grindcore is, it's essentially like really fast, really noisy punk. And what these guys do is they take that and kind of translate it into jazz. This song is called Speed Freaks, and this was my first interaction with something that could be tangentially related to danger music. Now, these guys aren't specifically danger music, but they have a member of the group who is way related to danger music. So we're going to play this song. This song covers 42 genres in 50 seconds. And it's fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. It's really good. Like, it's good jazz, and it's actually, like, these people, the leader of this band, John Zorn, is, like, a very accomplished jazz musician and composer. And all of this is written out on sheet music. Keep that in mind, that these are classically trained jazz musicians. Classically. And this is what they're doing. So let's just give this a listen. Remember, classically trained and well-respected jazz musicians. How's it going, Dross Brandy? John Heyman, how you doing? Now, the person who's leading the band, John Zorn, is playing the saxophone. You may recognize their kind of vibe if you've ever seen the movie Funny Games. Either the original or the remake. They're essentially the same. And it uses one of their songs as the intro song. Which actually, I don't even have that on. Jesus, this is how bad I am. I don't have this song on the playlist. We're going to have to look it up. This is the song that was in, here we go. Bonehead. This is the song that was in the movie. So, remember, classically trained jazz musicians. I apologize, that's much louder than I intended it to be. Okay, here we go. Classically trained jazz musicians who, I want to emphasize this point, have sold out arenas. I'm not exaggerating that. They have played arenas full of people listening to hours of this. I appreciate the musicianship, but goddamn, it is fucking bizarre. So, if you're wondering, well, how is this danger music? They're just really weird jazz guys. Well, the guy doing the screaming is, let me get the name right. It's fuck, I can't speak Japanese. Yamatsuka Ai, who is very much related to danger music because he is a member of the Boredoms and Hanatarash. I can never say these fucking names. But we'll get into him in a second. Let's watch a little bit more of Naked City live with them.
That was kind of a love song. Next piece is another kind of a love song featuring the vocalization.
So that's our man right there. If you couldn't guess by the one Japanese dude they had up on stage, that's our next subject. And oh boy, is he an interesting fella. Would that band I keep showing you, Cardiacs, be Danger Music? It really depends on their live performances. Danger Music is supposed to possibly put either the performer or the audience in danger, be it self-inflicted, like to the like the performer in hurting himself on stage in one way or another, or the actions they do live affecting and hurting the audience. So it really depends on that.
Mr. Yamatsuka I from the Boredoms. Next piece, Go Shot Corridor.
It's just, look, I like music with screaming in it. I like metal. But goddamn, there is something fucking hilarious about a tiny little, like, Japanese dudes going, ah! It just, and I want to say, a fun fact about Mr. Yamatsuka Ai is, like I said, he was a member of the Boredoms, and he was on tour with Nirvana, and they actually collaborated on some jams together, and they come highly recommended from Kurt Cobain himself. So next time you're judging this, remember, Kurt Cobain was like, hey... A family friend of mine is a jazz and guitar, and he's mentioned this before. This technically isn't Danger Music. I'm only mentioning it because Yamatsuka Ai is in here, but it is fucking bizarre, isn't it? Classically trained and well-respected jazz musicians, everyone. But I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, well, this is just some new age shit. I'm sure the traditional Danger Music written down in the 70s is much better. Well, I'm going to show you some. This is traditional Danger Music as directed in Dick Higgins' work, Danger Music. So this is Danger Music number 17. This is 100% what is written down on the composition in the book that this is all in. This is Danger Music number 17, everyone. Can you guess what's dangerous about this piece of music? Because I can tell you what's so dangerous about this piece of music. This piece of music directs the performer to scream at the top of their lungs until their vocal cords give out. That is what makes this dangerous. It is 8 minutes of this woman screaming. I would love to be her neighbors. Can you imagine that shit? You just hear this like for 8 minutes next door. But this is actually not a good example. She didn't really go until her voice gave out. If we really want to see someone go full fucking ham with Danger Music number 17, we got to check out our boy Jeffrey Gardner. He is a professional Danger Music professional. Yeah, this is an actual good performance of Danger Music 17. And what makes it good is he goes so far that his voice is just gone. There's so many good so much good meme potential for these Danger Music clips. It's fucking amazing. So he goes on for a bit, and then he gets down the stairs a bit. He gets down the stairs a bit here. It does kind of sound like Cyrax, and the interesting thing is if he was doing that intentionally, the way he does his vocals, if he was doing that intentionally, he would be doing Danger Music. But since he's not, it's just inept vocal stuff with his screaming. But this is an actual thing. This is like a thing people would go to see live, as you can see. When you get the good nut going. You think he's done? No. So this goes on for another couple minutes, and it gets to the point where you can hear the air whistling through his throat. This person in particular has said that, I'm reading this from the comments, he had 3 weeks for his shredded vocal cords to recover from this. It took him 3 weeks to be able to fucking talk properly again. That is what Danger Music is. This is proper Danger Music, is harming yourself for the art form, or so they say. And there we go. That's the end result. He's pushed himself as far as he can. And he gets up. And he takes a bow. This is peak music theory right here, boys. This is what music theory college courses do. So this is another one of him performing Danger Music number 4. Now, Danger Music number 4 is not as loud as Danger Music number 17. So, to explain this, By the way, there are 43 Danger Music pieces in this vein. Danger Music number 4, from what I've gathered, I haven't read all of them, is essentially just breaking shit. The musical. Count the failed education right here. Look at all that. Peak music theory. So he's supposed to go around and look very angry at the crowd, judge them, just look at everyone directly in the eyes. God, look at all that failed music theory. This is so San Francisco. Hey, Sanja, how you doing? All right, and he goes over here. He's looking around. He can't seem to find something. What is he looking for, everyone? What do you think he's looking for? People pay money to see this. I just want to reiterate that people will pay money to go see this shit perform live. And honestly, I kind of would too, as long as it's not too expensive. Just to see a guy freak the fuck out and scream at the top of his lungs and shred his vocal cords. There is something entertaining about that. I am doing pretty good, Sanja. We're just taking a look at some Danger Music. This may be a bit loud, some of these videos, so heads up for everyone if you haven't gathered that now. I will try to control the volume as best I can, but it's iffy. Danger Music. He's looking for the pussy. He can't seem to find it. That's the artistic representation I'm getting at. Oh, and here it comes. He's found his pink guitar. Okay, and now he takes it. And he has a couple hammers there. Remember, this is all written down. This is a composition that was published in 42 pieces. And we take the hammer. Remember, this is what college music theory is all about, guys. If you haven't guessed what this is, it's essentially go out into a crowd, take strings off a guitar, and just fuck with it. What up, Tom Tom? Danger Music 24. Find it, attack it. I want to remind everyone who's come in late that this genre, if you want to call it, of music or performance art, has a piece that directs the person to creep into the vagina of a living whale. So this is fairly tame in regards to danger music. Now, let's go and take a look at another performance of 17, and then we're going to move on to a little more modern danger music. And this is actually from the Australian Institute of Music. And this is the same guy, Jeffrey Gardner. He's also a doctor, believe it or not. I'm assuming he has a doctor in music, which I guess is a thing. I wish I was a doctor. I'm just a cripple, so.
You're about to see a performance of Danger Music number 17 by one of the great founders of Fluxus, Dick Higgins. Danger Music number 17 is from a series of 43 short text scores by Higgins, and all of these scores explore the concept of danger, whether to the artist, the performer, or the members of the public. In Danger Music number 17, Higgins sets out to see just how much expression he can cram into a minimal unit. This was one of Higgins' favourite scores to perform, and once he performed it at a friend's party and was promptly asked to leave. Let's see the performance and you'll see why.
So again, just to quote him, this was performed at a party. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You have a friend who's like a music expert, right? I was like, hey, can you guys come over and like perform for this party? You know, we'll throw you like $20. Yeah, man. And then they just come over and just do this. Remember, everyone, music theory courses in college are totally valid, and they're totally useful in practice. Go to college and learn music, everyone. You'll learn shit like this. Now we're going to move on to a more modern band, Hanatarash, which is our friend Yamatsu, the Japanese guy from before. I'll just call him I from now on. This is his band. Now, I want to give you a little bit of a preface about Hanatarash, okay? Okay. So, Hanatarash are a Japanese danger music, also noise band from Japan. Their band name means sniveler or snot-nosed. And they performed from 1984 to 1998. They were signed to several record labels, and there are two people, but the main person we're focusing on is Yamataka or Yamatsu. I don't fucking know. Whatever. And they are fucking infamous for using power tools, drills, heavy machinery. One show, he strapped a circular saw to his back and almost cut off his leg. Another show, they found a dead cat outside the venue and brought it into the venue and cut it in half with a machete. Another performance, which we have pictures of, they drove a backhoe bulldozer through the fucking wall of the venue and then proceeded to throw a Molotov cocktail at the audience, a lit Molotov cocktail. It cost them $9,000 in repairs and forced them to sell a cassette tape, which obviously sold amazing once you hear their music. And They are infamous for this, and it's just fucking insane, guys. You guys should brace yourself for this shit. Let's go to Hanatarash. Let's take a look at the Bulldozer gig in question. Here are some pictures and some of their music. Brace yourself, please. Brace yourself. I want you to imagine this song or something like this playing while a dude drives a bulldozer on stage, and also at the end of this set destroys said bulldozer, just completely just destroying everything. They are so fucking infamous in Japan that they make people sign waivers before they go, or before they did go to their show, saying that if they were maimed or died, that they would not sue Hanatarash or Yamataka Ai, or whatever the fuck his name is, the Japanese guy. People went to see this. People went to these shows. People paid money. And honestly, I kind of can't blame them. When you're known for driving a bulldozer through a fucking venue that you're performing at, I kind of would go see that show. I probably wouldn't make it out alive, but goddamn, it would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm going to spare you guys the song. I'm just going to play the video without the audio to spare your guys' ears, because we're just jumping into this and we still have a lot more to cover. And I don't want to give you guys a headache just yet. So this is as the show progresses, he destroys the bulldozer and everything on stage. There's also a lot of screaming, obviously, because, I mean, you saw him with Naked City. Yeah, you can see there. Yep, look at him go. Look at that little guy go. Yeah, there's the drummer. There was a drummer for this. They actually had a drummer. I can only imagine what the drums would be playing. I'm assuming that the drums are hooked up to an amp to get extra noise. The whole point of this is, again, not just to endanger the performer, but the audience. So, of course, the levels of the audio are just going to be as loud as humanly possible. Again, you'd be hearing this. So just picture that. You're hearing that. And at max volume, and of course they start destroying the cabinets and I believe the drum set as well. These rather old photos, obviously. This is, I believe, in the 90s or very late 80s, early 90s, late 80s. Unfortunately, or fortunately for you guys, we do not have the video or pictures of the dead cat incident. I believe this may have been the Molotov cocktail. I think that's it right there. And then he had to be restrained. All the audience bum rushed him to prevent him from throwing a lit Molotov cocktail into the audience. That is the aftermath of a Hanatarash gig. And I just want to reiterate, I don't care how fucking crazy your live show is. If you don't have this level of destruction, then you're not fucking hardcore. Say what you want about the guy, but, like, goddamn, you would never forget this show if you went to it, for better or for worse. And again, this is the crowd. There were people there. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, there's another one, I think, where they're throwing him off the balcony. Just absolute fucking carnage. Now, we're going to move into some actual fucking video and an interview. And I'm not just... This is 95. And what you may be thinking, well, what is this? Like some, like fucking underground, like, bootleg TV channel? No, this was on Japan's, like a very well-known Japan television channel. This is, like, promoted in Japan, which is absolutely insane. Say what you want about America, we would never put this shit on any TV shit. Unless it was, like, maybe, I don't know, like a fucking show like I'm doing now, where we're just looking at it in bizarre shit. But we would never grant the interview. But, like, they are interviewing this dude like he is, like, fucking Jimi Hendrix. So let's listen to a little bit of this. This is from 1995. Now, after the gigs that he performed with the Bulldozer, of course, you know, people weren't going to keep taking the gigs. So what they had to do is they allowed him to perform again, but he had to promise that he would never do shit like throw a Molotov cocktail into the audience or destroy a building. That is the only way that he could do performances. So this was in 95. So to counteract that, he essentially just cranked the volume up. The only way he could directly, like, harm something. I will say this. There's some elements with the synth or whatever the fuck, the pedals he's using. It almost sounds like it's turning into like a trap song or a dubstep song. So in a way, in 95, this guy was ahead of the curve when it comes to like dubstep, I guess, or like trap, you know, you get the like boo 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 in the background. He's just missing all the other parts that make it listenable. I want to just say it. This guy isn't just like a one-off, like oh he never went anywhere. This guy, like I said, had toured with Nirvana and has been influential in apparently several artists from Merzbow to other Japanese punk bands, which is insane to me. This is essentially what fucking Cyrax does when he's like, oh, I'm making a new genre of music. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but Hanatarash beat you to it, Chance. I just want to say that, again, that this is titled Legendary 30-Second Return Gig. He's a legend. One of the things I wish is that they had videos of the Circular Saw gig where he almost cut his leg off. By the by, this isn't nearly the most violent thing we're going to be touching on tonight. If you think a dude accidentally cutting his leg off is batshit insane, then just get ready, because we're gonna watch a dude purposefully fucking disfigure himself on stage I can't speak. Regularly. It does kind of sound like a laser gun, like pew pew pew. This is what two fucking nuclear bombs do to you. You know what I mean? I can't help but think that this is all tied to fucking those two fucking bombs. You know what I mean? It affected certain members of their society over there. Because not only do we have Hanadarash, but we have fucking Merzbow, who's also does similar shit to this. I do like the glove thing. It's almost kind of like a homemade theremin in a way, without the pitch control. Like, I'm assuming there's some type of like microphone in the glove, and that's what's causing the feedback, and then that's routed into different effects pedals, which is what he's fucking with. Now, unfortunately, we don't have subtitles, but I'm going to go throw some charcoal on and give you guys a break from the noise. And we're going to listen to someone who has elements of noise in it, but we're not going to, be fucking lobotomized by it. So here's a quick little breather for you guys. Here's some actual music, and I'll be back in just a minute. This is Black Pus in his hilarious attic. Remember, this is a break. It's like a lullaby after listening to Hanatarash, isn't it? Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Dross, because I've actually shown off Black Pus before, back when we were doing Skull Juice. But I just felt it was relevant, considering this is more noise that I can take. I can take noise when there's elements of actual musicality in it, but when it's just fucking, I can't. I'm sure there's a crowd for that, but goddamn. We're going right back into Hanatarash, live in 1988. This is 1988. Think about that. Imagine you're in Japan and your buddy's like, "Hey, let's go see a show," and you think, "Oh, what show could it be?" It's a surprise, and it's like, "Oh, could it be Motley Crue or I don't know who else was fucking big in the 80s? Is it fucking the fucking Kiss? Nah. It's this. Name a dude whose musical instrument is various objects to break. When the chicken tendies are late. Also, there is no known recording of this, but Yoko Ono has collaborated with this person in the past. Now, say what you want about Yoko Ono, you know who she is. You know what she does. It's not too far from this, but can you imagine those two together? I would love to see that fucking show. Whatever it fucking was. Yeah, there's very little info on it. So, if you guys are wondering, well, this is them live. They're probably better recorded. Well, lucky for you, we have their entire cassette, I believe. I believe this is either half or the entire thing. This was recorded 1989. I don't know why it says 1999. They weren't around in 1999. But this was to pay for the Bulldozer gig. Now, we're gonna go step by step with this because there's a lot to unpack before we even listen to the music. Kill the all noise artists. We hate White House. Piss off NWW. Eat shit noise music. Asshole C93. Suck PTV. Fuck coil. We love disco sound. And side out, we eat, number 1. 2, we bite bollocks. 3, this is the track listing, obviously, Mind Dig. 4, Frog Girl and 90,000. 5, We See. 6, my personal favorite, My Dad Is Car. That's the name of the album. That's the title track, My Dad Is Car. Number 7, Detroit Rock City. See? It's Kiss. 8, Vortex Shit. Side No Noise. Number 2, Gag Nuts Gum. 3, Boat People Hate Fuck. 4, We Can Kill. 5, Bad Sound for Bad Ear. Megatronics. 6, Apartheid Fun Club. Jesus, I can't speak. 7, We Are Meat. 8, California Sleep. 9, We Hook, and 10, Pisshole Surfers. And I want to say something. Pisshole Surfers sounds a lot like Butthole Surfers, right? Well, guess what? Butthole Surfers sampled Pisshole Surfers. Believe it or not. It's a small fucking world. Hanatarash, MAW, record in, and I don't know, it could be an 8, just really bad quality. August 31st on Melt Drive recording, and don't listen to this record. Hunging in Oil, and then One Car and Smog. So let's give this a listen now that we went through all that, and hear how this sounds. Also, I forgot to mention that the little guy at the top of this, it says Vomit. I'm not gonna lie, I would totally sample some of this shit for songs. In little bits, it could be really cool. But now, we're gonna move away from Hanatarash and something tangentially related to them. We're going to take a look at Nirvana and the Boredoms. Now, the Boredoms, again, are Hanatarash, essentially, I, specifically, it's their band where they actually play music, and this is them live on the In Utero tour in '93 with Nirvana. So Kurt Cobain specifically requested them. He likes the Boredoms. He likes Hanatarash. So keep that in mind. You can kind of see why he killed himself. That's fucked up. Uh-oh.
気分は
何すればいいのか聞いてください。どの曲をやるのか。
So do you know which song he's gonna do?
What song do you want to do, Yamamoto?
どれやりたいって。
どれがいいですか。
Which song is up to you song?
Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, this is a very poor recording. They probably sound so much better live. Well, funny enough, they played Lollapalooza in '94. The Boredoms. Again, I, from Hanatarash, played Lollapalooza in '94. It is insane to me that these people got so much fucking, like, coverage when this is so, like, underground, like, experimental shit. I will say the girl, I think this is the same video. There's a performance where the girl gets on stage in this one, and her scream is actually really good. But they don't utilize it as much. I think it was obviously, like, just kind of thrown in there. But it's fucking just bizarre that these guys, you'll see. I should stop talking. All right. You guys ready? That scream is so good. Say what you want about these guys, but that scream, that was fucking awesome. remember, toured with Nirvana on Lollapalooza on Japanese television, and I would assume American television since this has this like logo down here. I really, really, really like the Tasmanian Devil t-shirt. This is like peak 90s fashion. Yeah, no, I know they're whistle screams, yeah, but it's fucking, it sounds fucking cool as fuck, especially in 94. You got to think about this. This is fucking 94. By the way, this is the video. This isn't like a buffering issue. It just comes in that way. Skip ahead a bit. Look at that fucking crowd. Look at the crowd. It is bizarre to me that in 94, people were like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. So now we're gonna go and take a look back at some of Hanatarash's stuff again, because this is probably the closest thing I think Hanatarash had come to actual music, and this is essentially an infernal lullaby, Jigoku no Komoryutu, and it's Hanatarash and another person by Kyoku Kyojindan, and it's probably the most listenable of their shit. And I'm going to play this while I go get those charcoals. So I'll be just back in a minute. You see, this I can vibe to. It's creepy, but it's good, you know? It has melody. It's like very like spooky Japanesey. I really like this. The problem is it doesn't stay like this for long. Like, I would totally sample this for a song or something, this intro bit. Also, if you guys are wondering, that's a wood etching of Vlad the Impaler. I know that because I love that wood carving. I guess that's just like, I don't know. They thought that was a cool thing. I don't know what it has to do with this album, but. And here's where it starts to get, well, Hanatarash. Oh, wait, nope, I forgot. It's about right here, I think. We go right... From that, we go from there into... Well... Wait for it. Just some great fart noises. There's an hour of this. That was the most musical we get. Is like a traditional Japanese song and then just farts and power drill noises. Like, this is an hour. So, that is Hanatarash for the day. And now, guys, we're going to get into some stuff that may be a bit... Well, let me explain. Actually, let me play the video first. It's going to be, if you're squeamish around blood, well, you'll see. This is Justice Yeldham. Let me just rewind it. YouTube's buffering on me. Even YouTube doesn't want to finish the video. Do you need explanation? Well, let me give you one. Yes, that is blood. Yes, that is a man blowing and sliding his mouth over a broken piece of glass. And yes, there is a crowd. And yes, this was a sold-out show. This is Justice Yeldham. He is a musician who plays the piece of glass hooked up with various contact microphones run through various effects pedals. And he has collaborated with Death Grips, of all things. Yes, he cuts himself every show. Yes, he has cuts all over his fucking mouth. And yes, he bleeds every time he plays this instrument. He breaks it and breaks it apart as he plays, cuts his mouth, slices it. He is fucking insane. And we're going to watch some of his shit. His real name is Lucas Abela. He's an Australian, so, you know, Rama Rama. This is from some of the sessions of the stuff he recorded for Death Grips. So essentially, this is actually going to be probably the most listenable of the Danger music because he can actually get some melody out of this. But as you can see, he has this piece of glass and he will slide it across his face and his mouth and break off pieces, etc., etc. And the different, like the contact microphones, the way they work is that when he touches it or moves it, the electrical current coming through your hands affects the microphone's signal. So again, this guy's a classically trained fucking musician, and this is what he do. This is actually this is one of the more tame performances. He doesn't bleed so much in this. Now, let's see what his actual performances are like, because this was a studio session. This is him live. His nickname is Grandpa. So you can see all the pedals he has. It's quite the fucking lineup he's got. You can see some distortion in there. A friendly reminder that this is performed in front of a crowd. People pay money. You can see the blood on the fucking glass. It's mixed with his spit, because of course there's going to be spit when you're humming against a fucking glass. He has been doing this since the 80s, by the way. Maybe even earlier. I will say this, there is something admirable about someone who's willing to hurt themselves for their art. While I would not encourage it, I do say there is something admirable about hurting yourself for your art. However, it's not for me. Obviously, this is not my tastes. It does make me think about Modest Mouse, funny enough. If you guys don't know Modest Mouse, they're a folk rock, indie rock band. Isaac, during one of their performances, their lead singer, to emphasize points in the song at one point, he would cut his fucking hand with a knife and do other shit like that. And I think that is kind of interesting as like an emphasis, especially if you're doing live performances. But goddamn, people got to be careful with this shit. You can actually see the pain in his fucking face. Like, look at that. You can feel that. And I guess that is, in a way, what music is supposed to be. It's supposed to make you feel things, but if anything, it just makes me cringe a bit. So we have another one here. This is live in Boise.
There we go.
Just to emphasize how fucked this is. It looks like it's been done in a murder basement. It really does. Like, if you added all the blood after this performance, it really does look like a fucking serial killer, like insane person. I would love to just get a time machine and bring like an iPad and somehow still have Wi-Fi signal. Go back in time and just show this to like Mozart and be like, this is what music will be in the 21st century. Is just fucking screaming on a piece of glass. It would probably fucking blow their mind and change like their attitudes towards art completely. Probably not for the better. And just to emphasize that this man is still doing it, still killing it. This is 2019, pre-COVID, of course. But just to show you, he's still doing it. And this is a good quality video. And it's in Atlanta. And we have all of the stereotypical people in the crowd that you would expect. I like the one guy in the back there. Looks like Napoleon Dynamite's brother. Brap indeed, Shrimp. Brap indeed.
Don't be afraid to step on the stage behind him, too.
I really like this weird mad scientist like robe he has on too. I will say, the guy in the background wearing the Junji Ito shirt, I fuck with the Junji Ito shirt. That's an Uzumaki. That's from Uzumaki. So shouts out to the dude with the Junji Ito shirt. what I'm curious about is how do you like do a sound check for this? You know what I mean? Like, there's no frame of reference. If you're playing a gig, right, and like you have the house handling the sound mixing, how do they do this? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you gotta like, okay, well we got to turn the bass up, or it's like what? Dubstep, yeah. Going forward a bit. I don't like that you can see the spit. Somehow the blood was more appealing than the spit. This is what we call 21st century music, guys. This is just high tier, intellectual stuff. Yes, he's biting the glass. Let me just reiterate that he is biting the glass. Like I said, he destroys these glass things in his performances. Fucking, I can imagine, can you imagine if he fucking swallowed that glass? I don't know how this man is still alive, honestly. Skipping ahead. Oh, that's some good brap right there. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Just cutting his fucking face. I'm sorry, but there's a line I think I would draw with my music to the point where I wouldn't be cutting myself with glass and eating glass. He almost kind of looks like Ethan Ralph a little bit. Like an older Ethan Ralph, like that could be Ralph, I think, in like a couple of years after like some bad LSD trips. Skipping ahead. And that's the show. Look at that, guys. Look at this man. Look, he's super happy. They're loving it. I'd pay $40 to go see this or whatever. So yeah, that essentially is Danger Music, guys. We pretty much hit all the notes I wanted to cover. That being said, I want to thank Dross and Shrimp and everyone else who stuck through this. I know it was rough. I know it was very rough, trust me. However, I do want to say the next episode will be much more tolerable to the ears. This I felt like was a great place to start for this series because copyright won't be nearly as hard when it's literal fucking noise. But again, just a big shout out to everyone who stuck by. This isn't going to be a super regular thing. There's a lot of research that goes into this, surprisingly. But the next one will definitely be much more musical in nature, and I figure I'll give you guys a bit of a reprieve from that and play us out with something a little bit a little bit nicer, I would think. So again, I want to thank everyone who came by, and I hope you guys have a lovely evening. Don't forget Tism Basement every Friday. Link in the description. And I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed it. And that's me for the night, guys. So y'all take it easy. I'll catch you on the next one. Here's an outro. This is my song Pictures of Us. I'll catch you guys later.
SK14K